ba yung numero ng FNRI na yun na nga, dumami yung smokers, so both for the youth and adults. So, yes, despite the increase in taxes. So again, babalikan natin yung inyong support for the moratorium. So saan kayo nang gagaling? And have you seen the Laffer curve of the BIR? Kasi I mean, could it be that the revenues on the denominator baka naman are both revenues from cigarettes and vape products? I mean, can you explain? Kasi parang it's not, it doesn't make sense, di ba?
Okay, Mr. Chair, so we will just submit our position paper, our official position paper on this matter.
Pero naiintindihan mo where we're coming from, right? Na anong...
So, again, yung
mahirap intindihin yung justification for why there is a need to reduce the rates at this point in time, considering that despite the increase in rates, the number of smokers have increased. At nakakabahala na it's the youth, yung mga kabataan, it's among the youth na dumami ang smokers. So yun, and alam naman natin na very price elastic ang kabataan. So tama ba na baka naman ang kailangan talaga natin gawin is to really rationalize the tax rates for the electronic products. Kasi nakita natin, di ba, na ang ginagamit ng kabataan is really the electronic products rather than the traditional cigarettes. So baka naman yun ang kailangan natin gawin rather than a moratorium.
Mr. Chair, again, we will just submit our position. But Madam Chair, I agree with you that in terms of the Laffer curve, basically it's tax rate and your tax base. And there's an optimal tax rate such that you will be able to maximize your revenues. And then anything higher than, any tax rate higher than that optimal tax rate will erode your tax base. Meaning,
correct. Yes.
Babawas dapat yung tax base mo and hence, babawas din yung
pero
revenues.
tumataas naman ang tax revenues niyo, right?
As per our actual collection, bumababa since 2022.
Hindi, ito 2023 collections, 274.3 billion. And then to 2024, this is excise lang naman, no? 284.5. So tumaas.
For tobacco, Madam, 2021, 176 billion. 2022, it's 160 billion. 2023, it's almost 135 billion. And then as of November 2024, it's around 131 billion.
Let's look at the same period. Yung same, pwede bang for the same 12-month period?
Yes.
Para comparable?
Kailan ulit?
Sige na, you just repeat it. Is it 12
Is it for the same 12-month period?
Yes. So whole year 2021, it's 100.
Or let's say 2023 to 2024.
22, meron kayong January to November.
Yan, kasi binigay sa amin excise tax, tumaas po 274.3.
January to November for tobacco, 2023, it's 131.3 billion.
Okay.
January to November 2024, it's 130.8 billion. So, a minimal reduction.
There's a minimal reduction. Okay, so siyempre, again, para lang maliwanag, there are two possible sources. Okay, one is the increase in tax due to the Laffer effect. The other is, baka naman effort. Diba? Baka naman kulang sa effort sa pag-collect. Ergo, leakage. Diba? Dalawa lang naman yun Those are the two possible reasons kung bakit meron kang minimal reduction. So yun ang trinatry natin malaman. Is it the first reason or the second reason. Di ba? Yun lang naman kaya tayo nagdi-discuss dito. So, ang pinagtatakahan naman natin is, bakit, kung tama nga yung Laffer effect, bakit, despite the increase in tax rates, bakit dumadami ang ating smokers? Di ba? So, yun ang misteryo na pinagdedebatihan natin today. Di ba?
Yes, ma'am.
Can we bring back the difference between smokers and vapors? I think the smokers are going down, but the vapors are going up. So essentially, among the youth.
And while they're looking at that, Mr. Chair, last question. Saan ba mas talamak ang illicit trade? Sa vape products or sa traditional?
Mr. Chair, pareho po eh.
Exactly the same?
As to how to differentiate it, paano ba i-different? But essentially, although dito kasi sa cigarettes, marami ring mga illegal manufacturers na malalaki. Dito sa vape, it's really more on smuggled goods na papasok because most of the vape products are imported. So maraming imported tayong nakikita, and especially we've done nationwide raids. We've done sa mga warehouses and
Okay, so in
also,
terms of how do you measure that? Confiscated products? In terms of the value of confiscated products?
in terms of products seized, mas marami pong packs ang sa sigarilyo, like for 2024
Vapes lang naman.
yung total ano total nito? Pa-total naman itong dalawang to. Ba't makahati pa lang? Itong dalawa, para makita yung dyan na international. Itong 268 plus 574. 5 kasi ito pong 5 sa 2024, 5.7 million packs of cigarettes yung na-seize. For 2024, ang vapor products around mga 800 plus thousand vapor products units.
So hindi yan value, no?
Hindi po
Units
value.
yan.
$842,000.
Mr. Chair, I would also like to note that the BIR only implemented the tax stamps on vapor products last year around June or
Yes,
July.
June.
So before so walang
Half-year effort, parang ganon.
ang ano po sir ma'am is point is so definitely some substituted to the vapor products.
Can we just bring it back here? Yan. Pabalik lang nung sa inyo. Kasi I think your charge will determine the policy. Okay. Next. So yun, 65 versus 35. That's the thing. Yan, 40%.
So, Mr. Chair, again, I would like to note that we only implemented the tax stamps on vapor products mid-year of
Para sa akin,
2024.
this is the thing that kaya nga, okay na yung tinaas natin yung 40 up to 60 para sa lahat ng vapes. Tapos yung hinihingi naman nila para kasi pag-equalize kasi nung dalawang problema. Ang isang vape 10,000 pops. So, ilang pops ba ang isang sigarilyo?
Average, I think 10 to 15 puffs times 20. Mhm.
Mr. Mr. Chair, good afternoon. Just for the record, the industry does not and cannot do any surveys for minors. So we're very happy to see this survey from FNRI, although it's a very sad and bleak picture. We did mention earlier that illicit tobacco is the reason for an increase in youth smoking, because the illicit tobacco is more accessible to the youth than the legitimate tobacco. So it shows that the incidence of illicit tobacco, based on different studies and surveys conducted through the past years, really had an uptick in 2021. And we'd like to highlight, Mr. Chair, and perhaps this can help the good lady from Marikina, that the #1 substitute for legitimate cigarettes is actually illicit tobacco, more than vape. So the
Hi, age 0. For the current smokers po, for adolescents, from the 26,301 adolescents, 1,073 are current smokers. For adults, a total of 48,924 are respondents, and 10,059 are current smokers. For older person, 16,312 and 2,616 are current smokers, Mr. Chair, based from the 2023 National Nutrition Survey.
Pero bumabagsak ang presyo niya, ay ang collection niya dahil sa Hindi, okay lang. Hello. Price na rin kasi tax plus price equals. Ano, okay ka na dyan sa moratorium pero hindi dun sa ano. No, I'm not. I'm just asking because that's the DOF, the BIR.
Chair, I just want to know the justification of DOF for the moratorium. I mean, that's because to me, the Laffer curve is not the justification. It cannot be the justification. It does not make sense.
Mr. Chair, we'll just submit our official position paper to the committee.
Can you make it faster?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
So DTI, yes, you have something to say. Sino to? You're from where, sir?
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair. I am Mr. Oplas from Minimal Government Thinkers. And I think that I have written several articles in Business World because I am a columnist there. And the optimal rate is 50 pesos. That's the rate that gave us 176 billion pesos. Any amount, any tax rate higher than 50 pesos give us inferior revenue. So I think I would like to propose that I think that moratorium is not enough. There should be a rollback to 50 pesos per pack. That because that will give us 176 billion. What happened is that it gave us two results. One, as the tax rate increases, first the the law of diminishing marginal revenues, which is related to the law of diminishing marginal utility. The second is the law of unintended consequence, because the expectation is that the tax rate increases is linear. It's not linear. It's curving. It's sort of backward bending, something like that. So the increase in the expectation of higher revenues is not working. It's the opposite is working. I think that if we really want to target 176 billion, not 160 billion, not 135 billion or 130 billion, I think the optimal rate is 50 pesos per pack. Thank you.
Okay, noted. Yes, Reyes.
Mr. Chair, if the prevalence of smokers does not seem to be declining because we have established that illicit trade could be one of the factors, then illicit trade is usually distributed or is, how do you say, transacted through unregulated distribution methods. Then we have not probably established what are these unregulated or controlled distribution methods in the trade. We may have to also, if you mentioned that some of these are being sold in social media platforms, we do not seem to have a control on it. But I think with Lazada and Shopee, I know that we already have some regulations on this. But on the secondary market, we do not seem to have any regulations. Would it be possible that we will be also, we could get resource persons on how we could study this further so that we could also regulate or all control and also stop from other distribution methods such as social media platforms?
Suggest, dark web?
Facebook. I mean, they have TikTok also as a means to sell. Sometimes some people do live selling, I think, on Instagram, YouTube.
Okay.
So it would be good for them to be able to give us insights on how we will be able to regulate this from our end.
Thank you. We will.
Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, may I speak po?
Sige na, Mika.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, my apologies. Wala po akong boses. So I was able to chime in earlier kasi wala akong boses. But Mr. Chair, I just wanted to maybe put together some of the information that was put forth during the discussions. Essentially, Mr. Chair, in support of the moratorium. The first, Mr. Chair, looking at the FNRI data, we see that there's an increase in the usage of electronic cigarettes after 2021. I don't know if I missed it, but it seems like there was no data from FNRI on the prevalence or usage of illicit cigarettes, but perhaps the Euromonitor data is can tell us a lot more about that. So based on Euromonitor, I believe this has been cited several times during the hearing. The illicit cigarette trade incidents increased from 13.6% to 19.6% in 2023. Similarly, for e-cigarettes, the share of e-cigarettes increased from 6% to 10%. So perhaps, Mr. Chair, we can see in both of these, this is consistent with what Representative Coco Nograles mentioned several times, that there seems to be an uptick in the usage and the prevalence of electronic cigarettes and illicit cigarettes since 2021. And this correlates to the trend, the downward trend that we've been seeing in terms of the BIR revenue collections which decreased cumulatively by 41 billion from 2021 to 2023, and is expected to hit a cumulative total of 46 billion until 2024. So, Mr. Chair, the moratorium essentially would allow the stabilization of the prices among the legitimate cigarettes, in order for it to be able to compete with illicit and electronic cigarettes. I think the moratorium would do a lot in terms of just preventing the gap between the prices of manufactured and legitimate cigarettes versus the prices of electronic cigarettes and illicit cigarettes from going further or increasing further. Kasi po, I think it's really that gap in prices that is driving that shift, as the FNRI data showed, from the manufactured cigarettes to the electronic cigarettes, and also notably from legitimate cigarettes to illicit cigarettes. So yun lang po, Mr. Chair. Just wanted to perhaps
Arbitrate.
out my support for the moratorium, Mr. Chair. Thank you very much, Mr. Chair.
Now, what we're trying to solve here is very simple, that vapes are gateway to smoking. And then that the gateway argument leads them to illicit, and because they can't afford. Because the gateway, so they cannot afford the licit cigarettes. So the incentive between licit and illicit has grown wider. Ayan, that is one. That is one, but they are already gatewayed. I think that is one thing that has, because before it was a healthy substitute, supposed to be, they will stop there, not gateway. But with 39.9%, that is not a gateway. That is mainstreaming already. So, yeah, basically they are substitutes. So anyway, para sa akin, kayo na lang, the decision to do moratorium is up to you, the DOF. Pero can you prove that you can increase your, if we do a moratorium? If BIR can answer yes, can you increase? Because the gap is, well, somebody introduced amendments. I cannot prevent.
Mr. Chair, we cannot really guarantee
Because
that
we're
there will be.
following your logic. It all started with your Laffer curve.
I think one for sure that the increase in rates for vapor products, that would be very much helpful, and for sure that will increase the excise tax collections, because we have already seen that there's really a huge shift. Again, the data shows that there is an increase in smokers, but it's really smokers from vape products that is a result of that increase. So pag pinatas na po yan, siguradong mas makaka-kolekta pa po ng mataas. But as to moratorium, we really cannot guarantee.
Okay. I have to stop you there. Can I recognize the guy from DTI?
Yes, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, we'll submit our position to the substitute bill, Mr. Chair.
They are all in brackets, huh? Because they're just being proposed by a majority. Deputy Speaker siya, di ba? Si Christine. Miss, nabigyan na ba ng kopya lahat ng FNRI study? Because that will essentially determine where this thing, all this discussion will go. So, ang issue na lang naman yung moratorium, inihingi ay 2 years. 2 years, tapos, ang para sa akin is 6% every 2 years. Although their proposal is 5% every 3 years. But I don't think that's, I still think 3% per year is, But I can give a presidential, di ba? In case of, the president can increase the rates anytime. Because these are sin taxes anyway. You can increase taxes up to kingdom come. Kaso yung DOH kasi walang nasasabi tungkol sa impact talaga ng vaping and smoking on the ICT. May I recognize the DICT? Are you around? Bakit ang Lazada, tambak pa rin? Mabuti pa Shopee, behave. No, may I call on DICT first. Where's DICT? Ma'am? Wala pa rin kayong powers to to block sites that offer smoking products and vaping products. Ay, naku, noon pa. Hindi ko lang pinapansin. Yes, DICT, are you around? Yes, sir. No comment?
Sir, as far as blocking are concerned po, kailangan pa rin po, Mr. Chair, ng order galing po sa other agencies. And then once we receive the request, we will relay that po to the NTC para po sa appropriate action ni NTC. Sila po yung nagkakascade ng blocking orders.
Ano lang yung may batas? Cyber rape? Cyber exploitation of minors lang ang may order. Hindi natin ma-update yan. Tagal-tagal lang natin dito sa Kongreso. And only the PNP can do that, no?
NBI din po. Kasama po yung other agencies.
NBI nga pala. Yeah.
That's for OSAIC and CISAM po. But as far as others po, as far as we, pwede naman po galing sa other agencies that have authority din. Any authorized agency naman po can send a request and then we will cascade.
Can you give me the list of those agencies that have the right to ask for a blocking of site?
We will provide.
Oh, thank you. Now, Lazada is here. Can I recognize? First, may I recognize rate? Lazada, are you here? Hi, sir. You still have a lot of cigarette advertisements here around.
Yeah. Hi, Mr. Chair. So Ken is still here from Lazada. We work naman to do our best to clean the platform as much as we can.
Tambak, puro pati puro illegal,
I'll notify po our team about that, pero I do know that they're working on this. We also respond as fast as we can also to take down requests from either BIR or DTI, sir.
Bakit yung Shopee